Hello and welcome to HBMs Crypto-Corner for Wednesday, March 29th, 2023. Almost done with the month of March. We have a few things to talk about, so let's get started. 5 Bigfoot theories analyzed, and the one that cannot be explained. Reports of Bigfoot have been made for decades, with some people convinced of their existence and others dismissing the myriad of claims made over the years by witnesses. Among the mysteries which have plagued people for centuries, Bigfoot stands tallest. For decades, people have reported spotting the giant ape-like creatures in the dense forests found throughout North America. Thousands of reels of films, photos, and first-hand reports have been poured over, with many found to be hoaxes by pranksters. Some, like the infamous Patterson-Gimlin film from 1967 and shot in the wilds of Northern California claiming to show a female Bigfoot, could not be so easily debunked with people thinking for decades it was genuine. The truth of the matter is, for now, there is no way of knowing for certain if Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, exists or if they are just people in furry costumes. However, there are several theories as to just what the ape men of the Americas might be. Is Bigfoot a lost species? Thanks to the myriad of sightings, stories, and claims, experts have a number of samples of hair to genetically test. In 2013, Dr. Melba Ketchum claimed to have conclusive proof after spending 5 years and $300,000 investigating sightings of Bigfoot. During the Sasquatch Genome Project's announcement, the scientists published Bigfoot footage from a similar team, the Erickson Project, which said it had definitive video and DNA evidence of the elusive Sasquatch. Dr. Ketchum said they had at least one tissue sample from a Bigfoot. Elba S. Ketchum claimed a decade ago Bigfoot is real. She added that parts of the DNA from various blood and hair samples were unlike anything seen before in any known species. Dr. Ketchum said at the time, not only does the DNA prove their existence, I've actually seen them. They're a type of human people, a human hybrid. The jury is out. Is Bigfoot a lost ape? Are Bigfoot a species believed to be extinct? Archaeologists in Asia have found bones of apes as large as polar bears living in the south of the continent dating back more than 2 million years. Although the giant creatures went extinct 100,000 years ago, what if some were able to travel as far as the United States? Could what we call Bigfoot today be a prehistoric creature dating back to the Ice Age? Some Loch Ness Monster enthusiasts are convinced Nessie is a dinosaur. Why not Bigfoot? Is Bigfoot a Native American spirit? A still from the infamous Patterson-Gimlin film. Stories of Bigfoot go back much farther than the last century. The creatures also appear in stories of Native American tribes. A report featuring in the Journal of Chickasaw History and Culture reads, indigenous people across the globe have had relationships with these creatures for hundreds of years, and often associate with them with natural or spiritual phenomena. Various tribes describe Bigfoot as an enigma shrouded in power and magic. At times, he is perceived as violent and crude. In other instances, he is a helpful partner among tribes. General descriptions range from a hairy beast with gray, white, black, brown, or red hair, height ranging from 7 to 10 feet, weighing from 300 to 600 pounds of pure muscle, and a howl that could cause a person's hair to stand on end. This is all a hoax. Sadly, it is very much a possibility. Without true evidence, such as the capture of one of the beasts, it will be impossible to say either way. However, just because right now there is not enough evidence to say one way or the other, that is no reason not to believe. As a rather famous TV show once said, the truth is out there, although Mulder and Scully never looked into Bigfoot. So, a very interesting article. Very interesting indeed. A hiker felt they were being watched by Bigfoot and then saw something huge leaving. If it was a human, they'd probably just wave hello. We've all had an unsettling feeling that we're being watched. The hairs stand up on the back of your neck, and you look around for the eyeballs you can feel watching you, but there is nobody to be seen. A hiker took out their camera anyway and captured something large, dark, and bipedal seemingly sneaking away. Is this Bigfoot or just a person dressed in all black, moving stealthily through the forest for no apparent reason in broad daylight?
This footage, this was recently uploaded by NVTV. A hiker submitted this video to them stating that they captured what looks to be some sort of unidentified creature that was, on top of like a ravine. And it looks to be like a Bigfoot. I love this footage because it's so real. It's not staged. It's something that they just felt like they were being watched, and they happened to pan their camera up and saw this massive creature start moving
Where
through
is
that
it?
little patch of woods right there. Take a look and tell me what you think. This thing is huge. It's huge. Just by the distances and how far up it is, and it's kind
I
of
don't see
overlooking them
it.
at,
Where
as
is
they're
it?
at the lower level of the creek. It is massive. I do not believe this is a person in a suit. I honestly believe this is a true and verified capture of what looks to be like a Bigfoot. Tell me what you
Where
guys
is it?
think.
I don't
Like,
see it.
post, repost, comment. Also, you can download this video and pan it slowly, little by little, so you can
Oh,
see
that
it
must have
as
been
it's
it.
moving through
Right there.
the little area right there. Amazing. Look at that. Awesome, y'all. Bigfoot is real. Tell me what you
Now,
feel.
how can you say it's a genuine Bigfoot if it's hidden behind a bunch of trees? You can't say that's a genuine Bigfoot. Not if it's hidden behind trees. It could just as well be a guy in a suit. Sightings of Bigfoot have been occurring for centuries, leaving skeptics and believers alike scratching their heads in wonder. While some skeptics may argue that the sightings are nothing more than elaborate hoaxes, others believe that the creature may indeed exist. However, for those who think it's a mere mortal in a fuzzy suit, the question remains, who would go to such great lengths to pull off such an elaborate ruse? As the saying goes, be the cryptid you want to see in the world. And some may be taking that literally, roaming the forests in costumes to perpetuate the terrifying legends of American cryptids. It seems portraying Bigfoot or Sasquatch would likely be purposeful, as most folks out for a stroll will acknowledge and exchange friendly greetings with any others they should encounter on the trails. The existence of Bigfoot remains one of the most tantalizing mysteries of our time, with countless sightings and reports fueling our curiosity and fascination. But what do experts think? Even the renowned primatologist Dr. Jane Goodall has weighed in on the subject, saying that she believes it is possible that an undiscovered species of Bigfoot could exist. With such an endorsement from a respected figure in the scientific community, it's clear that the legend of Bigfoot is far from a simple myth. Rather, it's a complex and intriguing phenomenon that warrants further investigation and exploration. Now, I agree with that, but, the video, you can't say one way or the other about the video. At least I can't say one way or the other about the video. It's hidden behind trees. You can't tell anything from it. It's a good possible, but I got news for you. It's not conclusive. So it's back to the drawing board. You guys may remember last week I had a report about the supposed dead Sasquatch that were found and collected at Mount St. Helens. Well, here's an interesting, looks like a follow-up article about encounters around Mount St. Helens. Reports go back as long as people have lived in the area. This area around Mount St. Helens is known for Bigfoot sightings. Mount St. Helens is an active volcano in Washington State, northeast of Portland, Oregon. It last experienced a cataclysmic eruption in 1980 when an earthquake triggered a collapse of the summit and one flank of the mountain, releasing a massive ash cloud and several pyroclastic flows, which leveled the surrounding forests and killed nearly 60 people. And according to this video, displaced the Bigfoot creatures who called the area home.
From the gentleman who worked during the 1980s after the Mount St. Helens explosion. After the mountain blew, the government created a blue zone and a red zone around the mountain for safety. This gentleman was in the red zone as he was helping out in an area called Mosquito Meadows. Every morning, the gentleman, when he was waking up, would hear whoops, kind of like a gibbon. The gentleman also says that Native Americans from the same area will not let their kids go out alone in Mosquito Meadows for the same reason that there are some crazy Sasquatch there. If you've heard whoops like this in the Mosquito Meadow area of Washington State, let me know, and like and follow for more Bigfoot content.
Rumors have long circled about the supposed Bigfoot-like creatures who live along the slopes of Mount St. Helens. Locals say that the natives of the region would not let their children play alone in the area for fear they'd be taken by Bigfoot. Many who have worked, hiked, or camped in the area report sightings, yowls, and the telltale tree knocking that indicate this fabled cryptid is close. And after the eruption, there are some who claim that they were responsible for secretly cleaning up the carcasses of dead cryptids, or even treating them for burns. In the comments, many people share similar stories. But it may all have been part of a larger prank. In 1982, a retired Forest Service worker confessed to playing several Bigfoot-related pranks on the public, including creating tracks with a whittled foot and making sounds to scare unsuspecting groups of campers. It's possible these rumors of rescue workers treating Bigfoot families after the eruption are just another example of local legends and pranks run amok. I wonder if that's about Rat Mullins. I wonder if that's discussing Rat Mullins, who claimed that he hoaxed the miners in 1924. And can you believe that's been almost 100 years since that happened? So this is very interesting. So there's a place called Mosquito Meadows which may have some Sasquatch in it, or near it. Very interesting. Now this is an example of a cryptid that was apparently right there in plain sight all along. Mythical cat fox proven to exist on French Island. A mysterious feline creature that had been something of a mythical diz in an island in France has been proven to actually exist. The remarkable confirmation was announced last week in a press release from the French Office for Biodiversity. They noted that residents of Corsica had long spoken of an animal dubbed the Gajatu volpe, or cat fox, living on the island. While it was firmly entrenched in local lore and some scientific groups did recognize the creature, whether or not it truly existed has not ceased to be questioned until today. The announcement went on to explain that the possibility that the Gajatu volpe was real received renewed attention in 2008 when a peculiar wildcat was inadvertently captured on the island. This inspired a scientific study aimed at determining if the cat present in the agro-pastoral mythology of the island existed and to clarify its status. Determined researchers were able to obtain hair samples from what were believed to be various cat foxes that were identified via camera traps, which captured the creature's unique fur coating, which includes a striped tail. While that study merely found that the animals were not European wildcats, it could not conclude that they were simply feral Corsican house cats. A subsequent study put that question to rest. The scientists were able to capture 16 of the wildcats, and genetic testing on the animals indicated that they are a wholly unique species confined to Corsica. The creatures that contributed to the study will continue to provide insight into the nature of the Gatu vulpi, as they have been equipped with tracking devices which should reveal a considerable amount of information concerning the previously elusive animal's behavior. One can only hope to someday hear similar news concerning other exotic mythological creatures which are known to local populations but remain unproven, such as the orang pendek of Sumatra or perhaps even Bigfoot. So it does give a little bit of hope, I suppose, that cryptids like Sasquatch and Nessie may be proven to exist one day. So we have this unusual species of cat. Not sure if it's domestic, if it can be domesticated. Be interesting if it could. And here's something fascinating. Video. Nessie-like monster photographed at Mexican dam prompts police response.
Como si del lago Ness se tratara, vecinos aledaños a la presa Madín ubicada en el municipio de Atizapán de Zaragoza, en el Estado de México, han estado reportando el avistamiento de una extraña y misteriosa criatura de gran tamaño que ha preocupado a los habitantes de la zona. Ante esta situación, los ciudadanos han alertado a las autoridades, quienes acudieron a la zona y realizaron patrullajes para identificar si había algún animal en el agua. Pero esta no es la primera ocasión en la que los habitantes de la región señalan que en las profundidades del canal.
Apologies, I didn't realize the report was in Spanish. So for anybody who knows any Spanish, maybe they can translate what this guy is saying.
Habita una criatura misteriosa, por lo que poco a poco la leyenda urbana de que en este lugar habita un monstruo prehistórico ha ido creciendo. Justamente la página oficial del Ayuntamiento de Atizapán de Zaragoza difundió una fotografía donde se observa una silueta de gran tamaño, misma que ha generado temor y diversas teorías en redes sociales. En dicha imagen no se observa con claridad qué es lo que aparece sobre la superficie del agua, pero internautas no dejaron pasar la oportunidad para comentar sus más descabelladas teorías, las cuales apuntan a que en el fondo del canal hay un dinosaurio o alguna especie de animal mítico. Este hecho se suma a comentarios de atizapenses, quienes aseguran que en el fondo de la presa habita un dinosaurio dedicado a proteger el lugar. Por su parte, las autoridades han anunciado que estarán realizando patrullajes alrededor del lugar para despejar cualquier duda y tranquilizar a los ciudadanos. A petición de la ciudadanía, el gobierno de Atizapán de Zaragoza realizará patrullajes en los alrededores del lugar para despejar el misterio, agregaron las autoridades en su comunicado. En los comentarios de la publicación, decenas de vecinos reafirmaron la teoría de que en la presa habita un dinosaurio, el cual protege las aguas de la región. No obstante, otros internautas señalaron que quizás se trataría de un cocodrilo, o un popodrilo, o un cacadrilo, haciendo referencia a que en la presa se vierten aguas negras provenientes de los desarrollos habitacionales que se localizan en los alrededores. ¿Qué crees que sea este misterioso avistamiento? ¿Una extraña o mítica criatura que vive en la presa? ¿O solo se trata de un extraño fenómeno con una explicación lógica? Te leemos en los comentarios.
Sorry about that, I was checking something. Here's the story to go along with it. Authorities in the Mexican community had directed police to patrol around a dam where a mysterious Nessie-like creature was reportedly photographed. According to a local media report, the odd image seen in the video above and isolated below came to light on Sunday when the official website for the city of Atizapán de Zaragoza posted the picture online along with a rather remarkable announcement. They explained that the residents living near the community's Medin Dam had reported the sighting of a large silhouette in the depths of the water body, and in one instance snapped a photo of the curious creature. They went on to note that local legend states that at the bottom of the dam lives a dinosaur dedicated to protecting the place. Although the city stopped short of suggesting that the anomaly might be the apocryphal monster, officials indicated that at the request of the citizens, they have directed police to conduct patrols around the place to clear the mystery. The city's announcement was met with considerable ridicule from people online who insisted that the photograph was either an outright hoax or simply a picture of something prosaic. That said, as of now, the oddity has yet to be identified, and authorities are apparently taking the matter seriously. And apparently the Facebook post has been removed, so we can't get a good look or a better look at it. So, is it a hoax? Is it something more prosaic? Probably. There's really not much to the photograph, to be quite honest. There's not much to it, unfortunately. I can't tell what it is. I have no idea. Could it be a Nessie-like monster in Mexico? Well, who knows? But again, there's always that possibility of hoax. And finally, the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization has been sent a video. Watch Bigfoot filmed in New Hampshire forest.
Rocky Mountain Sasquatch. We were sent a purported Bigfoot video from the woods near Bartlett, New Hampshire. I'll play the video and read the email while I enlarge the video to 200%, then 300%, and give my opinion on the footage. Justin writes RMSO. Hi, my name is Justin and I live in New Hampshire. I have a video of what I believe to be a Bigfoot. The video is not mine, but belongs to a friend of mine who caught the creature while taking her dog out for a walk in the woods behind her house in the Bartlett area. She said while walking her dog, which is a Mastiff mix and a very large dog, he started to act very out of character, as if he was almost afraid and refused to go any further. It was at this point that my friend said she started to smell something foul, almost like a dead and decaying body. That is when she caught a glimpse of something and pulled her phone out and started to record the video. Justin states there is another video of the encounter and is going to see if he can get it to send to us. Was hoping there was more than 9 seconds of video of the subject because there just isn't enough to make an opinion about the purported Bigfoot in the video. We will post additional footage if and when we receive it. Keep on watching. We're going to keep on squatching.
Yeah, there's not enough to say whether or not it is a Sasquatch or not. And even, I'm surprised, the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization didn't immediately jump on and say, oh yeah, that's definitely a Bigfoot. Maybe they're hedging their bets and they're not so quick to jump on things and say, yeah, that's Bigfoot. Maybe they've been watching my videos or Steve Cole's videos. Who knows? Okay, I think it's just cycling through the same things we've already seen. So here's the story that goes along with it. A woman walking her dog in a wooded area of New Hampshire captured footage of a large bipedal figure passing through the forest, and some suspect that the curious interloper may have been Bigfoot. The intriguing video was recently shared with the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization by a friend of the witness, who explained that the encounter occurred near the town of Bartlett. According to this individual, as the woman and her dog made their way through the woods, the large Mastiff mix suddenly began to act very out of character, as if he was almost afraid and refused to go any further. Eerily, the witness is said to have then noticed a putrid smell that she likened to a dead and decaying body, and subsequently caught a glimpse of something, which caused her to start filming with her cell phone. In the woman's video, a bipedal figure rather swiftly walked across the woods, just a few feet ahead of her, and she seemingly crouches behind the branch of a tree so as to not be noticed. Although the footage is disappointingly short, it does provide a fairly good look at the anomalous being, which appears to be a humanoid in nature rather than a bear or some other forest denizen briefly walking on two legs. One particularly noteworthy aspect of the woman's experience is the unsettling smell that emerged just prior to her sighting, as a similar foul scent has been reported by many Bigfoot witnesses. That said, it cannot entirely be ruled out that she simply stumbled upon another person passing through the woods, as the figure's gait does resemble that of a human, and they may simply be wearing a dark, hooded piece of clothing. Should that be the case, the encounter may actually be creepier than if she actually had bumped into Bigfoot. With this one, there's not enough to say one way or the other in this one either. Not enough to say. But I can't rule out there's a possibility that it could be somebody in a dark hoodie, in dark clothing. It does have a seemingly human-like gait. I don't know, the more I look at it, it looks much more like a human-like gait. But wouldn't Sasquatch have a human-like gait? Yeah. Very interesting, but I gotta say, I can't say for sure one way or the other with this one. But at least the Rocket RMSO didn't immediately jump on it and say, yes, that's a Bigfoot. They actually applied a little bit of critical thinking to it. About bloody time they did that. And that's going to do it for this week. I want to thank you very much for tuning in. You guys are the heart of the show. I always say that, but I always mean it. And I'll continue to do this as long as you guys want me to. And hey, until next week, y'all be good or be good at. This is HBM's Crypto Corner.